Well, I think in development, obviously, it's getting harder and harder to do ground-up developments in Europe, in the countries where we are present, which are 16 countries at this moment. We do see, however, a huge demand for product, and that is on the investment side. If you look at it from a customer's perspective, I think they have plenty of choice in most of the places where people live to choose from retail offers. Not all the retail offer is probably where it should be, and that's where I think good developers can come in and use their know-how, use the things that they're well at, and transform existing buildings into something which satisfies the needs of tenants and consumers in a better way. Our business is very focused on cities or locations rather than countries. So I particularly don't like the approach of allocating certain resources to certain countries. We have reacted on our team structure, so we have international teams, but they're not dedicated to a certain country. They're sort of agnostic to the nationality of the person. They can work in an international context. And the idea is to look at these different cities where we see potential and try to find assets that still have a development potential, and that is of course the difficulty in this kind of market right now, to identify these assets, to come up with a growth story for it, and to make that growth story happen, because that's at the end what matters, right? To put it all into, not just have a vision, but put that vision into action and create value in that. We've seen a huge shift towards leisure and gastronomy. My personal feeling is that in particular the gastronomy units, they'll play a major role, because this really drives the quality of the sojourn time to have a good gastronomic offer, and it poses great challenges to us, because a lot of times the buildings in their existing form and nature are not apt to just take out a tenant and stick a restaurant in. So it has a lot more thinking behind it. You really need to start thinking about the whole building structure and how will it be in a couple of years. So the transformation process goes beyond just putting a leasing strategy into place. You really have to take a wider perspective and think about the product definition. What is this shopping center? What needs shall it fulfill? Which are the target customers? What are the USPs that are relevant to these customer groups? Based on this, you roll out an entire strategy, and it usually also involves a lot of investment, and I think that's where the development know-how comes in really handy to put this plan into action.